whatever position the body naturally wants to take, so you're not holding anywhere. Let the eyes close if that's comfortable for you today. And as you inhale, just squeeze all of the muscles. So as you inhale, just tense the whole of the body. And as you exhale, just let the body go. Let's do that again. Inhaling, tensing the whole of the body. And exhaling, letting go. Let's do one more. Inhale, squeeze everything. Even the toes and the fingers. Exhale, sigh out of the mouth and let go. How does your body feel this morning coming to your mat? It's quite normal. Some days we feel more tired. Some days maybe more energized. It's important to always listen. We know our practice is going to make us feel good, no matter how we're feeling in this present moment. So let's draw our legs together. Let's inhale and send the arms long, taking a long stretch. Breathe all the way into your belly. And maybe it feels good to yawn and sigh as you stretch through your arms and your legs. As you exhale, just hug in the right knee, squeeze it in. As you inhale, send the body long, stretching through the legs and the arms. This time exhale and draw the left knee in. Squeeze it in. Inhale, send the body long, legs and arms. And then exhale, draw both knees in. Squeeze in. Bring the head up to the knees, holding here. Keeping the head off the mat, take an inhale, send everything long. And then exhale, squeeze it back in. Any problems with the neck, you can drop your neck down. We're sending everything long. And we're squeezing in. Waking up our digestion, our internal organs as we take one more stretch long. Using our core and then squeezing in. Drop the head back to the mat. Just take a roll, a rock, side to side. Bring your hands underneath your head with the fingers linked together. Drop your elbows onto the floor. And then let's rock side to side, dropping the knees over to the right and over to the left. Keeping the elbows, if you can, pressed down into the floor. Just the lower body, twisting side to side. Holding now one side, dropping the knees down. And then inhaling back to center and dropping the opposite way. Drawing the knees back into center, bring the head up to the knees, squeeze the knees in. Send the arms long, send the left leg long. And we're going to bend and alternate our legs, keeping our head off the floor if our neck is okay. Always drop it down. Maybe getting a little faster. Really sending the leg long. Last one. Squeeze the knee back in, drop the head down. Drop the feet to the mat with a little bit of distance in our bridge. Push the spine into the mat, tuck in the chin. And then just send the head over to the right, like you're trying to draw your right ear down to the mat. Come back to center, take that the opposite way, push that left ear into the mat. Coming back to center. Inhale, push away from your mat into your gentle bridge. Send the arms behind you, pushing up into those hips. Exhale, lower back down. We're going to do that again. Inhale, pushing away from your mat. Arms behind you. Exhale, dropping down. Keeping that control. Let's do one more. Inhale, pushing up. We're going to hold a little here. Arms behind you. Squeezing the glutes, the thighs, the hamstrings, planting the feet down. And then just push into one toe or one side of the toes, lifting the heel away. Drop the heel back down and push into the other side. Dropping the heel back down, lower the arms, lower the spine, back to your mat. Take a breath all the way into the belly. And that slow release of the breath back out. You're going to roll yourself onto one side so we can come back up. So let's come into our table. Bring the hands under the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Tuck in the toes. We're going to head into down dog, pushing back, sending the heels back. We're going to roll forward, drop down to our mat, drop the knees down and sit back into Balasana. Walk the hands forwards, drop the forehead down. Stretching the arms long, we're going to come back into down dog, pushing back into the heels. You should be in the right position from here. We're going to drop the hips down to the mat and then exhale and push back into that down dog. Let's do two more. Just drop those hips down. You can come back into your Balasana if you need, your child's pose, and exhale back. One more here, dropping hips, and then squeezing back. Take that walk, that step to the top of your mat. Draw the feet together and fold. Let's inhale, rise all of the way up. Bring the palms together. And then drop the right hand and reach long with that left arm. Inhale back to center. Drop that left arm and reach long with the right. Coming back to center. Exhale, fold over the legs at the top of your mat. Send that spine long. Step back with the right foot and the left foot so you're in your plank. Take a lower down to your mat, all of the way down. Relax the toes and inhale and just bring off the chest and the arms like you're squeezing your shoulders back. You exhale down to your mat. And this time you inhale the chest, the arms, and maybe the legs away from your mat. Squeezing the back of the body. You lower all the way down, planting the hands this time, coming up into your cobra, peeling the shoulders back. We're going to exhale back into our child's pose, sitting back to those heels, and then our down dog, pushing back. Step forward, right foot, left foot, fold over the legs. Let's inhale, come all of the way up. We're dropping that right hand down, stretching long with that left arm. Inhale back to center, take that the other way, drop that left, reach with the right. Back to center, exhale and fold. Long spine when you're ready. Left leg back, right leg back into plank. Lower down to your mat. Relax the toes with that chest lifting, our arms lifting, squeezing back, strengthening our lower back muscles. We're exhaling down. This time inhale, chin, chest, and maybe the legs peeling away from your mat. Exhale down. This time cobra pose, rising up, peeling those shoulders back. Head back to the heels, dropping the forehead. And down dog. From here, reaching with that right hand to the outer edge of that left ankle or staying where you are. If you're reaching and holding that ankle with the right hand, turn your gaze to your left armpit. Taking a slight twist here through the spine. Drop that right hand down, alternate, left arm is reaching. Grabbing that outer edge, right ankle. Turning the gaze to the right armpit. And planting that hand back down. We're dropping our hips. And we're pushing back. We're dropping the hips. Up dog. And we're pushing back. Let's do one more. Drop down. Push back. Step forward, right foot, left foot, feet together as we come into our chair pose, bringing up our arms, holding here. As you exhale, you sweep your arms down, bring your chest to your thighs, and as you inhale, the arms come up. It's an exhale, folding down. It's an inhale up. Let's do one more. Sweeping those arms back and bringing them up. Straightening those legs, palms come together. We stretch long, right hand down, left arm long. Inhale back to center. Drop that left arm, reach long with the right. And back to center. Ready to fold over those legs all of the way down. Long spine. We're stepping back, right foot, left foot into our plank, lowering down to our mat and coming straight into our cobra. Exhale, down dog. Pushing back into those heels, planting those hands. We're going to take that right leg back, squeeze it back. Draw that knee over to our left wrist, our right wrist, and send it long. Inhale it, right wrist, left wrist, send it long. This time inhale in and squeeze that knee to the chest. Pausing here. Send that leg back, squeeze it back, ready to step forward. Top of the mat, crescent lunge, bringing up those arms. So bending into that right leg, planting that back foot. You can always drop down to your heel if you need. We're going to send the chest back to the thigh and inhale it up. We're dropping down, swinging those arms back. Inhale up. Let's do one more. Rising up. Ready to step into our warrior two and our long arms. We're inhaling, bringing the arms up, straightening that front leg. We're exhaling, bending back down. Inhale, bring up those arms. Exhale, bend. One more. Bending back to your warrior two. Let your left hand take your right wrist and reverse your warrior, pulling that right arm back, keeping that bend in that front leg. Holding here. Swinging and framing that right foot, ready to step it back to your plank. Lowering all the way to your mat, rising into your cobra. And exhale, down dog. Take a pause here, find your breath. You can always rest in child's pose if you need it. 2 more long breaths. Already feeling that energy build, that charge, that fresh blood, oxygenating the cells. Your mind feeling clearer, that stagnation releasing. We're going to squeeze back that left leg. We're going to inhale over to our left wrist, our right wrist, and send that leg long. Let's inhale, right wrist, left wrist. Send the leg long. This time we inhale, we squeeze that knee up to our chest and hold. Finding that pause. Send that leg long, send it back. Ready to step it forward, top of the mat. Ready for our crescent lunge, bending into that front knee. The arms are reaching upwards, we take that breath in, and as we exhale, we fold to the thigh, swinging the arms back. Inhale, grabbing our energy. Exhale, releasing any stagnation. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding down. One more, inhale up. Exhale, down. Send those arms back up, ready for our warrior two, taking that turn, that bend in that front leg. Gazes to that left hand. We're ready to inhale, palms up, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend back down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bending down. Let's take one more here. Bending back into that front leg, making sure that knee's not over the ankle. We're ready to take hold of our left wrist with our right hand and reverse our warrior. Stretching into that arm, but keeping the legs where they are. Turning, framing that left foot. We're going to step that right foot in, fold over the legs. Coming back to our chair pose, bending into the legs, the long arms. Holding here. Rising all the way up, send the palms together. Drop the right hand down, left arm long. Inhale, center. Drop that left arm, reach long with the right. Coming back to center. Exhaling back over those legs. Ready to inhale, long spine. Step that right foot back, left foot back. Lower down to your mat. Rise into your cobra. Exhale, down dog. Find that pause, that long breath. Taking 2 more breaths here. We're going to take that right foot back, squeeze it back. Getting ready to step it forward, top of the mat. Now from here, we're going to come up, but we're going to bring our palms to our heart center. So keep that bend in the front leg. We're going to start by twisting over that knee, sending the right elbow up to the ceiling and the left elbow down. Finding balance. You can always drop your back leg down if you need. If you need to drop that left knee, then you do so. We're going to come back to center. Now you either come straight in, pushing into that right foot, or you take pigeon steps, shuffling up your mat to send your left leg back. So either pigeon steps or you're back in that lunge, and you're going to push straight into your warrior 3. Hands are going to stay at the heart center for now. Squeezing that leg back. We start to draw that knee in towards our chest, so bringing that knee up, just hand so I can see, and then send that leg out. Keeping that left leg raised. We're going to bring that foot on top of the thigh, bend into our deep squat. Now you either stay here, or we have a slight variation where you start to take that left elbow over towards your right wrist and you take that twist again. It's quite intense on that left hip, that left glute, or you simply stay where you are. Coming back to center. Send the hands down and send that left leg back. I'm in the wrong position to show you, but send that leg back now. Plant your hands down or grab your yoga block. And then we're going to relax the head, let the head hang, and draw that knee in towards draw that left knee in towards the right as you take a bend into the leg and then send it long. So you're drawing left knee into right, bending into that right leg, sending that left leg long. We're going to do one more. You're bending the knees, send that leg long, and then step that left foot behind the right and fold. Nice long breath here. Always use your block for your hands. Take one more breath. Uncross the legs, feet together. Fold over both legs. We're going to inhale and rise all of the way up. Send the palms back together. Drop that left hand down, right arm long. Come back to center. Drop the right, send that left arm long. And back to center. We've one more round to do the other side. So we exhale and we fold over the legs. Dropping that head down. Making sure you're at the top of your mat. We're going to step back, left foot, right foot into our plank. Lower down to our mats. Roll into our cobra. And exhale into our down dog. Find that pause. Find that breath. One more breath here. Getting ready to step that left foot forward. Bringing our hands to our heart center. Pushing back into that right heel so you feel that stretch in the back of your leg. We have that option of taking that twist over to our left knee. We can always drop our right knee down if we need. Holding here. Coming back to center, remember you might be taking pigeon steps to get yourself into warrior three, or you might be lunging straight up and in, sending that right leg back. Squeeze it back, find your balance. Maybe you want to take your arms wide like you're flying. Gaze is to the mat. Bring your hands back to your heart center as you draw that right knee in. Turn so I can see. We want to send that foot out. Holding there. And then drop that foot on top of the thigh as we bend into our squat. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Palms stay together. And then maybe we're twisting and dropping that right elbow towards our right ankle. Everything is optional. Coming back to center, draw that knee back in, send it back behind you into your warrior three. All of the way. Ready to drop the hands down to the mat, fold over that left leg. And then we're ready to bend into our knees. So we're drawing that right knee in, bending into our left. And then sending that leg long. So inhale, bend the knees. Exhale long. Take one more. Exhale, right leg long. And then bring it in behind that left leg and fold a little deeper over those legs. Pausing here. Uncross the legs. Fold over both feet. Bend back into your chair. Last chair here. Bring up the arms. Come all of the way up. Exhale. Release the arms. Grab some water if you need it. Well done, everybody. Hopefully we feel warm now on this cooler day. So now you will need your block. And we're going to sit down on our mats. You may want your strap as well. So take your legs wide as you can. Send the toes up towards the ceiling. And just grabbing our block in front of us, we're going to walk ourselves down towards our block. So remember, there's always options. Maybe it's the forehead that comes to your block. Maybe it's the elbows, and you're resting your hands into that third eye point or cupping the hands to the head. But I want you to make sure you can feel that stretch in the inner legs. So if you need to take your legs wider, make sure you're hinging from your lower back, you're not rolling your shoulders. So just finding that pause. We've moved through our practice quite quickly so far. We've got that energy going. We're just going to start to slow a little. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. And maybe just bring into mind an affirmation as you hold your pose. Whatever comes to your mind. You can be very good at negative self-talk. We want to let that go. So maybe your affirmation is, I am enough. I am enough. You take that slow roll back up. Draw the legs together. Bring in that left knee. Let's take that left knee over our right and left hand behind. Plant your hand down on your mat, so you don't want to be on fingers. You can always grab your block. We're going to inhale, right arm up, take it over that knee and take your twist. So peel that left shoulder back, looking behind you. Coming back to your affirmation. It can be anything you choose. Remember, what we think, we create, we feel. Turning the head back to center. Draw in that knee, and you've either got the option of placing that foot on the inner thigh, or if you want something more challenging, you put that foot on top of the thigh. You can always support your knee with a block. So you decide where you want to be. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up, and we're going to exhale and fold towards our right leg. And maybe this is where you use your strap. Make sure you're lifting out of your lower back as you fold down. And we're coming back maybe to our affirmation as we take that pause in our practice. And we always have choices as to what we think. We're only ever dealing with a thought. And every thought can be changed. Taking 2 more breaths here. Rolling slowly back up. Just pick up that foot, just give it a little Shake side to side into that hip joint. Cup your hands under the thigh and just straighten and stretch that leg. Just tapping that toe down to the mat and back up. Maybe your knees creaking like mine. And let that leg go. Give it a little shake and release. So we want that right leg now over our left. That right hand is behind us and it's that left arm that's reaching for the ceiling as we take it over our right knee. We can always just hug if it's difficult to get that elbow over, and we're pulling our right shoulder back. You can literally push your hand into that shoulder and pull it back as you twist to your right side. Coming back to massaging all those organs. This is why it's important not to eat just before our practice, because we twist and turn, we move our spine in every direction, and we work very much internally, removing any blockages, any stagnation, any pockets of tension. Let's take one more breath. Coming back to centre. We've got that option of where we put that foot. Maybe it's the inner leg on top. As we inhale, we bring the arms up, and we exhale and we fold forward, maybe grabbing our strap. Inhaling in and exhaling down. Maybe once again taking a moment to tell yourself how amazing you are. We should never rely on anybody else to tell us that. We know it as truth within ourselves. Stay for 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, just take that inhale to bring yourself up and back out. We're going to swing around onto our knees. You can always sit on a block if it's uncomfortable, or cross your legs if it's really uncomfortable on that knee joint. I'm going to give you 2 options depending on where you're at with your practice today. So either we're stepping back onto our hands with our fingers pointing towards us and maybe just pushing into that hip joint to push up and hold. Or if you're quite familiar with hero pose, you might want to come all the way back onto your elbows. You come here, stretching into the thighs, or you can always come all the way back onto your back as well, palms facing upwards. So you have a few options there to choose, depending on how the body feels. Once you're there, keep that chin tucked in. You're just sending that breath to any tightness. Whatever version you're in, we're going to slowly come back up or down. Draw those knees together. toes together, and then just roll into your gentle balasana, dropping the forehead down and just peeling open the shoulders. Bringing the hands onto your mat and then dropping the elbows down to the mat as well. We're going to bring the palms together and just step it back into a forearm plank if this is doable today for you. If it's not, you come back to your tummy and you just lift away from your mat like we did at the start of the practice in our gentle cobra. You're holding your forearm plank, you want your back in line, your gaze down to your mat. Firing up that solar plexus, the lower chakras. And then lower all the way down to your mat, whatever version you've come into, bringing the chin down. We're going to take the right ankle with the right hand and just squeeze that heel towards our glute. We're maybe going to do the same with the left, or you can do one at a time. Draw the knees towards each other, and as you inhale, bring up the chin, the chest, and maybe the thighs come off of your mat into our Dharandasana, bow pose. As you breathe in, you should be massaging into your belly. You can't keep your body still because the breath is moving in and out. Taking one more breath. And exhale, fold all the way down to your mat. We're going to send the right arm out alongside us, shoulder height. Left arm is your lever to push you onto your right ear. And maybe take that left leg back, you decide. You can always stack your legs. So you're opening into your right shoulder. Finding your lovely long breath, maybe closing the eyes. And back to those kind words. Maybe even just a sense of gratitude for your body, for the miracle of life. And then optional, you can take hold of your left ankle, just squeeze back into that glute, pulling that leg back a little. Or you can bend that leg and plant that foot on the floor. Makes that stretch a little more intense. Two more breaths. Rolling it back to center, all of the way. Bring the arms alongside you, bring up the chin, the chest, the arms, the legs, like you're flying through the sky, squeezing the whole of the back of the body. And then lower back to your mat. We're going to send that left arm out to the side. Remember, our right hand is our lever. We're rolling onto our left ear, maybe taking that right leg back. Breathing into that left shoulder. Always kick back and take hold of that ankle, or take a bend into the leg and plant that foot down to the mat. It just intensifies that stretch a little more. Taking one more breath. Roll back to center. Come back onto the elbows. Palms coming back together. And last forearm plank here, or choose an alternative asana. That back is in line. We're pushing back into our heels. We're holding, engaging. If you want to challenge yourself, you can lift off one leg, raising up the right side maybe and holding. Alternating, dropping the right, lifting the left. Make sure you're not dipping the lower belly to the mat. Release, drop the knees and roll back up. Just send the hands behind you, squeeze your fingers, pull the arms away from the body. Or you can hold your elbows. Breathe into the chest. Release the arms, and we're going to lie down on our backs. You will need your strap if you have one. Also keep your block to hand. So rolling all the way back. Let's use our block first of all, actually. If we take a bend into our legs. And let's place our block spine in line with our spine under the lower back. So you want your block that way up. If that feels too strong, you can flatten it. So it's in line with the spine and the lower back. So really low on your back, down to the glutes. Arms alongside you. Let's take that walk of our feet outwards to the side of our mat and draw the knees inwards. So we're creating space in that sacral joint. Keep that chin tucked in. Just breathing into the whole of the body. Separate the knees, maybe bring the knees in towards the chest. You can always support your block with your hands if that feels good. And just hold with the knees drawing inwards. Drop the right foot down and the left. Push away from your block. Hold in your bridge, arms alongside you. And then take that slow lower down to your mat. Draw the knees in towards the chest, bring up the head and hold. Send the arms out in front. Send the left leg long, hover the left heel above your mat, keep that right knee in. Draw that left knee in, send that right leg long and hold, hovering that right heel, toes pointing up towards the ceiling, engaging the legs. You can always drop your head if the neck becomes uncomfortable. You can always bring your hands just behind that head to support. One more breath. Draw both knees in as you roll the head back down to your mat. Squeeze the legs in and then send the whole body long. Long legs, long arms, once again stretching and reaching. Draw the legs together, just draw in now the right knee. Squeeze that right knee in and either wrapping your strap around the foot or grabbing the big toe with the right hand, whatever feels best today. We're going to send that foot to the ceiling, stretching that heel upwards. Bringing up the head as well to engage our core. Have that option of lifting off that left heel, that left arm. Drop that left heel down and drop your head down. Left hand on the left hip as you take that right leg out to the side. So you want to keep your hips facing forward, just opening that right leg out. Draw that leg back in, hug that right knee in, let go of your strap if you're using it, and then send that right knee over to your left side in your spinal twist. Really let that knee come to the floor or maybe your block. Your left hand can help support it, drawing it down. You twist all through your spine. And we want to keep that energy moving through our spine as much as possible. So if you do find times where you have to sit more, try and twist and fold forwards and stretch back. We don't want any stagnation in the spine. Everything originates from here. Coming back to center with that right knee, let that right leg go. Ready for the other side, draw that left knee in, grab your strap if you're using one. We're holding that foot with our left hand, that heel is reaching for the ceiling. Bringing up the head, maybe bringing up that right heel, still engaging, maybe that right arm is reaching. Feeling strong in our core, our power chakra. Ready to face our day. Drop that foot, drop the head. Right hand on right hip, let that left leg go out to the side. As far as you can take it, that it feels comfortable. You're gluing the glutes to the mat so they're not rolling with that leg. Coming back to center, let go of that strap, draw that knee towards you, ready to take that lovely twist. That left knee over to our right side, relax that left arm. Soften the face and the jaw, just maybe close the eyes. Final twist. And releasing back and finding your Shavasana. So whether that's with a little bit of support, we're just here for a few moments. We don't want to feel too relaxed when we have to move through our day. So just closing the eyes for a moment now, absorbing your practice. Being proud of yourself for taking time on your mat this morning. Having that respect for yourself. That appreciation of your body. Feeling that joy of being alive, that beauty around you. And maybe finishing with the affirmation, I love life, and life loves me. And most importantly, I love myself. When you have that love for yourself, you will always have boundaries. You will always have that respect for you. Listening to your inner guidance, listening to what serves you, what doesn't. So always come back to that affirmation. It helps you in decisions, in answers, in everyday life. I love myself. And when you feel ready, take that long stretch once again. Draw the knees into the chest. Moving away from your mat. Finding your seated asana, Sukhasana, to finish your practice. We're going to send our arms wide, ready to receive our day and all that it brings us today. And then we're going to draw that love for ourselves inwards, giving ourselves a big hug. And then finishing with our hands at our heart in Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you.